Okay, video number 2 for the night. It's, gosh, it's probably 11, almost 11. I gotta get to bed. But I took a break from wiring because I just had my fill of it, and I mounted the race seat. So I had bought some Henderson seat brackets that fit these 1979 to 2004 chassis cars. They're pretty similar. And those brackets allow me to use an aluminum Kirkey race seat. It's very safe, kind of wraps around you, but very lightweight. So I installed all of that, got it mounted about where I want it. I can adjust it a little bit front to back, so I'm happy with where it's at. I got my roll bar brace installed. That bolts to the back of the Kirkey seat and attaches it to the roll bar for added strength. I've got 4 bolts in the bottom of this, plus the 2 bolts there, and it is very, very sturdy. That was the main thing. I wanted to get that in so that I could position my shifter just for my hand, my arm, and all that, so that I could get it installed and could wire up the trans brake button and wire up the neutral safety switch. So the button on top here is used for launch control, basically. So if I'm at the drag strip and I'm stopped and I've got the engine revved up and ready to go, I have it all connected back to that button, so that when I let go of that button, I don't have to have my foot on the brake or anything. When I let go of that button, this thing takes off. So it's very fast and quick release. And then it's an automatic transmission, but I have to pick the gear that goes in, just like with a regular car where you see park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then sometimes 3, 2, and 1. That's what this will have. I have park, reverse, neutral, and then I have 3, 2, 1. And I'll be able to shift for second, third, all that stuff as I need to. But I kind of figured out the angle that I want this thing to be at. I decided that I wanted the base to be raised up a little bit, pointed away from me, and then I push it as far toward the front as I can. So I just bent a piece of flat stock to get approximately what I wanted, and I'll weld it up, make sure it's how I like it. And then I can go about, well, I'll have to cut it a little bit first to make room for my shift cable and everything, but I think it'll work out good. I'm going to go around to the other side. The other thing that I discovered that I need, for safety's sake, I believe, is a removable steering wheel. I can get in and out of this thing with that steering wheel on there and tilt it up as far as possible, but it is hard. So I've got to get that changed and put a removable one on there. That way I can just push the unlock button in the center, pull it off, toss it up on the dash. I can unhook my safety net, which I don't even think I've shown on here. Safety net. Yeah, there we go. It's in there like that. So you can imagine me in the center, all tightened up, all buckled up. If I need to get out of the car quickly for some reason, I need to be able to disconnect this real quick, toss it out of the way, put the steering wheel out of my way, and launch myself out of the car. Gotta have this out of the way. I didn't think it'd be a problem, but it is. Or at least it feels like it when I'm practicing. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Allison, for letting me come out again. Love you. Bye. Okay, I was hoping that the headset mics would work as a microphone for the video, but it seems like they're not. James and I can hear each other pretty well, talk back and forth. We can listen to music or audiobooks or whatever, so we were testing that. We make phone calls and all that. The mics work for that part, but not for videos, it seems like, which, well, it's kind of stinky, but that's okay. So was working on wiring stuff here. James was awesome and brought me a couple of Oreos since he knew I was in here working away, and he's pretending to be a pirate now or something. But James, I didn't show you the starter, so I had to wire up the neutral safety switch for my shifter. It's an NHRA requirement so that you cannot accidentally start your car in gear and have it drive off when you're not ready. So thankfully the shifter that I purchased came with that wired up, or with that switch built into it. So I just had to wire it up to the starter switch that I had installed, which I've temporarily connected to my starter. So let's show that real quick. And then these are, I can't remember which rugged radio headsets these are, but the strap is behind the ears. They work pretty good. It was a clearance item earlier this year. It was a 696 module with the cord adapters for this and for their V3 radios. Yeah, the V3 radios, the handsets that I got. But yeah, James loves pushing that push to talk button to confirm things. Double click for yes. Okay, acknowledged. Yeah. Anyway, so couple things. Let me switch the camera. I'm sitting in the driver's seat. I'm obviously missing something here. I took the steering wheel off, one, to make it easier to get in and out, but also because I do have a removable steering wheel setup coming from Mountain Raceweek. I think that'll help me get in and out of the car with this race seat a lot. I kind of mentioned that in the last video. It's almost just dangerous trying to get in and out with everything. Very difficult. So I did that. I figured out my mounting position for the shifter. It's not, I kind of got distracted by the rugged radio thing, so it's not firmly mounted down. I just have some self-tappers holding the bracket where I wanted it, and a couple more holding the shifter down, so it's a little bit loose still, but it's where I want it. So I can go from park, back to reverse, back to neutral and drive. Well, that would be third technically, and then second and first. So when I'm ready to launch, I've got this as my nice comfortable seating position, my shifter position, my arm's not pushed too far back, my wrist feels like it's at a good angle, so I can take off trans brake and then hit second. It's probably, I think I figured out it's better to bump it into second and then hold down, shift to third, and I gotta stay holding down. Otherwise, if I try to do some momentary thing from second to third, it's gonna go up to neutral. So that's what I figured out. You gotta go first, second, third, and you hold that. I can let off at that point. I can hit wherever my switch is going to be. I don't know yet, but I'll be able to hit my lockup button and go from there. So pretty cool stuff. But anyway, the neutral safety switch. Let's I guess yeah, it's got a reverse lockout, so you can't accidentally put it in reverse. So this is my starter button. I've got my starter just temporarily set up. You can see the end of it there. Where's my finger? Oop, right there. So I've got it in park right now. It should be able to start. So I'm gonna hit my starter button here just real quick for just a second. Yep, big jump. Big jump, lots of power. Okay, now I'm gonna move the shifter back to reverse. Okay, and I'm gonna hit the button again. It should not do anything. Nothing. Now, if I go to neutral right here, and I come back to my button and I hit it again, yep, I can start it in neutral. So kind of nice that all works. And in a worst case scenario, if the switch fails so that I can't start it or something like that, these are the two wires going to the safety switch. They just have I could easily make a little bridge to connect them, a wire bridge, and that way my button would work. It'd work in any gear at that point, but the button would work so I could start the car again. I wouldn't have to worry about it if I got in a pinch. But feels like a good shifter. I like it. Yeah, it's just a little weird to get used to. I'm not sure I like the button on top. I might like a steering wheel button better, but I'm gonna have to have my hand on it to shift it anyway because it's a manual shifter for the it's called a manual valve body, meaning that the shifting is all done by hand. I have to bump it every time. The transmission's not going to do it on its own ever. So it's a nice setup, good for drag racing. And I was told that for this one, if I'm in reverse, I have to use the trans brake button to back up every time. And so this basically, when I push the button, when I say trans brake, it means that it activates reverse and first at the same time, and that way the transmission binds up. No, that's if it's all the way back here in first. So technically this just activates reverse. So if I'm in first gear and I push this, first gear it is activated and reverse are activated, so that the transmission just sits there, it won't go anywhere, the engine will rev up, and it's designed for this. And then as soon as I let go of that button, reverse disengages, and then it's still in first gear, and it just takes off. It's a lot faster than letting off the brakes and everything, and a lot stronger too, because the transmission will hold the car there. But yeah, to go in, the only way to activate reverse is to have it up here, push the button. If I have it in the reverse position, it's not going anywhere. It's going to act like neutral. I got to push the button. So that's pretty cool. That's the way my last built AOD was as well, Ford transmission in this race car 10 years ago. So pretty cool stuff. James, you have anything you want to say? No, I don't know that they can hear those clicks on the movie. Yeah, I was really hoping they would be able to, but I don't think these work as microphones for video taking. Otherwise I'd do it all the time. It's pretty cool. All right.
Cool setup.
It is a cool setup. So that's enough for today. Love you, bud. Love you, Allison. We'll see you guys later. Yay! Bye. Okay, James is going to give us a tour. Well, kind of a real life. How does this racing thing work? Okay. All right. First gear. Second gear, third gear, all the way to the end, neutral, reverse, and park. Reverse, that's probably drive. Second, third, first. Second, third. You don't have to pull the handle.
Oh. Reverse. There's neutral.
There's neutral. So you can go straight from, once you're in third gear, like, okay, so that's first, go to second, launch control, second, squeeze, go to third, let go. Now it'll go straight to neutral from there. You don't have to squeeze it again. Just push it one more time. Neutral. And then you have to do the reverse lockout. There's reverse. There's park. Nicely done. Second, third, neutral. Reverse, park. Nice job. Launch control. You had already put it in second. And he just put it into reverse at 150 miles an hour.
It's a park.
Alright.
Alright.
Not bad. Good job. Well, he's in there testing it. He's got the safety. Be careful with that. He's got the safety net up in there. He's got the door bar locked. He probably can't get out.
Let's see. Can I get out?
That's not. I have to work on that. It's not real easy to disconnect right now. It's like a seatbelt. but it's not the easiest to get off.
Okay.
But you get that off, you throw it over the side. Gotta get out, gotta get out, gotta get out. You climb out, and safe. Nicely done.
Now, the way you just can't get out.
Watch your head, remember?
Yeah.
Now, if we're driving around, like in town, and we're never using the safety net or something like that, we won't have it up here like this. What we would do is we'd have it tucked in here, all the way in the back, so it's out of the way. And this thing,
Now, this is the easier but not as quick way.
yeah, that would be
to get
connected.
out.
So
Connect
if you're like at a gas station, and
get out.
you know, we can take these bars totally out. I can unbolt them. See that one on that side? It's totally out.
Going to get me gas.
But if we're making a road drive, then yes, we could take that thing out, and we just pull the pin straight up. Yep, swing the door bar out. Watch your knees, and hop right on out. Gently close it back up. Put your pin in.
Where is it?
There you go. And just shut your door.
And then, can we go back here? Do one more thing before we go. Daddy, don't come around it. Okay.
And gentle, not too hard. We don't want to break it. Okay. It just looked like your muscles were so huge it almost broke it. Yeah, we don't want to do that. But we also gotta, yes, when we're gonna fill it up with gas and all that stuff, we shut the car off.
You can't do it really gently because it's gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, when I do it, I just, it's on.
It's a little harder for me.
It is hard, but it's supposed to be hard. You don't want it.
For me, though.
You don't want it to accidentally.
Yeah, but it's a little hard for me
because your muscles are so huge. You have to be gentle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
I can't bend your wrist.
Yeah, I know. Bye.
Bye.